Hi, I'm back. It's time to cook again. So I think of fall a lot of quick breads, meaning like pumpkin bread, zucchini bread, cinnamon bread, whatever. I just love the smell of it, and of course I love the taste of it. So I found a recipe for orange juice bread. I know that's really strange, but I love oranges. I had leftover orange juice. I thought, why not? So we're going to try it today. So I've started with 1.25 cups of sugar, just regular white sugar, and 1 stick of room temperature butter. And I've creamed that in my mixer. And I'm going to add to it 2 lightly beaten eggs, the whole egg. So I'm going to put that in there next. Okay, let that mix for a minute. After that, we're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to put that in here. Get that all out. I'm just going to mix it around a little bit with my whisk so it's kind of combined. Nothing major. Okay. I better scrape down the sides of my bowl here, make sure I get it all mixed. I know I've said this before, I love my purple mixer. Yeah, I love purple. Okay, I think that's pretty well mixed. So now I'm going to add slowly the flour. Otherwise, I'll be wearing the flour, and so will the kitchen. Sprinkle it in, let it mix for a few seconds, and then add the rest. Almost there. Okay. I'm going to let that mix. In the meantime, I'm going to take 1/4 cup of milk with 1/4 cup of orange juice. And that'll be our liquid for the bread. Okay. Put this over here. Okay, now I'm going to pour that in slowly again so I don't splatter everywhere. Let that mix. Yes, these mixers do have splatter guards, but you know, it's one more thing to clean, so I just try to be careful. I don't have any minions that come behind me and clean. Wouldn't that be nice? Again, I'm going to scrape down my bowl, make sure everything's incorporated. A little bit of flour up here. I've always said I'm a messy cook, but I will clean up my mess. Okay, got it all over my fingers. There we go. Okay, in the meantime, what I've done is I've zested 1 lemon and 1 orange, so I end up with this beautiful, flavorful, fragrant zest. I'm going to put that into my bread. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay. And just till that mixes in, which will only take a second, and we're done. Okay. I'm going to put this in 325-degree oven, and as soon as it's done, I'll be right back. So stick around, please. Hi, I think I turned this off too soon. Okay, so let's put it in our greased 9x5 pan. I guess I'm so anxious to try it, I just got ahead of myself. This is going to bake for about 50-55 minutes, of course, depending on your oven. Good way to test bread is if you gently press on it in the middle and it springs back, it's done. If it does not spring back, it's not done. So keep cooking. But it should take. I know it's called quick bread. I think it's called quick bread because you don't have to wait for it to rise, but it still takes almost an hour to bake. But it's worth waiting for. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put this in the oven and I'll be back in about 55 minutes. Thanks. Hi. Okay, I'm back. This is baked, and then I let it set in the pan for about 15 to 20 minutes to cool. I took it out. Now you should let this cool till it's completely cool, but I don't want to wait. This is cool enough for me. So I put this on a rack on top of some wax paper so it's easier to clean up. And what I did was I just took some powdered sugar and some more orange juice and made a little icing. And then I had a wild hair and thought, I got out the Grand Gala, which is kind of like Grand Marnier, and I put like 2 drops of that in here. It really amplified the orange flavor. It's really good. So we're going to drizzle this now over the cake. It's not a cake. It's going to taste like a cake when we're done. Over the bread, the orange bread. I love icing, as you know, so I'm going to just smear it all over. Of course, it's going to taste delicious without this, but hey, if you can find a reason to use icing, why not? And I really suggest that Grand Marnier, that orange liqueur in it. Okay, that's probably good enough. Since it's a little bit warm, it'll continue to kind of seep into the bread, make it really good. This is a light bread. It's not a real strong flavor, but it's just delicious. So let's cut into it so you can see what it looks like. I always love the end pieces. Those are mine. My son-in-law and I fight over those. He gets one in, I get the other. Everybody else is just out of luck. Here we go. If you can see, isn't that beautiful? Okay, I'm going to cut off a piece here and taste it. This is really good. Be great with a cup of coffee or tea if you don't drink coffee. And it was really pretty easy to make. So I hope you'll try it. And I'll come back soon with another bread recipe. We'll try something different. Thanks for joining me.